Hi, this is Susie for Shiny Shiny and Tech Digest, and I'm here, and I'm very excited, because this is the BlackBerry Storm exclusively on Vodafone. Now, BlackBerry RIM got together with Vodafone, and they've made this specially for Vodafone customers. And I've been super excited about this, because at the moment I've got a Pearl, I've been thinking about getting an iPhone, but I was hoping that this was going to beat the iPhone, and I feel very smug against all those people, early adopters, and then I'd have this. So, this is part one of the review, looking at the handset build and my initial reactions. Because unfortunately, with this version that I've got in my hand, I can't get the browser to work. I know that RIM can get the browser to work, but they promised me it's on its way. So, initial impressions with this, handset quality, very, very good. What I have found that actually the battery it has popped out a couple of times from the lock in there, which is a problem with BlackBerry phones. My Pearl does it as well. But overall, it's nice and chunky, and it feels, it's the right size for your hand. It feels good. Now, I don't know whether you know this about this phone, do you? But it's got this exciting new touch technology. So not only is it a very sensitive touch screen, akin to the iPhone, I would say it's that good. They've also added this extra element of selecting. So what you do is that basically they've put the touchscreen a millimetre or so above the build of the phone. So you press down like that and you do actually feel it, you can click it. Kind of like a real life haptics, if you see what I mean. And it's good, it means that you've got a way of selecting something and then actually selecting something. I'll explain it better in the second review, I promise. Now, well, the other thing I was going to mention about the build quality is that there's a 3.5mm jack here. And I looked at it and thought, oh, that's quite ugly, isn't it? And it does kind of stick out. And then I thought, do not do that, because I'm always going on about how annoying it is when people have proprietary headphones. And they've done what I asked, and they've put 3.5 in, and I should be grateful for that fact. So I am. Onto the screen, it's a phenomenal screen. It's incredibly bright, the colours show up really, really well, and they really have made the most of it. I like that a lot. Now, one of the things that this features are applications. So I went to the applications menu. And what Vodafone have done, basically built an application centre, which at the moment only houses about a dozen applications. So you've got things like Flickr, Facebook, Google Maps, and a few others. And I called RIM and I said, okay, where are the rest of the applications? And this is one of the things about this phone, and it's similar to the Android. You're waiting for people to build these applications. So at the moment, it's got potential, but for instance, there's no specific Storm Twitter application. And I always judge Twitter by how advanced the phone is, because the iPhone obviously has hundreds, the Android has 2, and this at the moment has none. So it is a case of going through your browser and seeing if you can find anything on the internet, and to whack that on. So the applications, they're on their way. Build quality is great, the screen is great. I can't tell you about the browser yet. Obviously it's got BlackBerry email, which is push email, which is fantastic. Typing, it's got SureType if you have it like that. It's got QWERTY keyboard if you have it like that. All very useful. What I would say to finish off is that it's not that intuitive. You know how you picked up the iPhone and you were like, oh, how do I move around the icons? And you kind of put your pressing and you thought, oh, I wonder if that'll work. And it worked, and you were stunned. This isn't like that. This is, you spend a lot of time hitting this menu button to bring up a menu. It's slightly buggy on this, it doesn't always bring up the menu. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it has no function at all. You are going to want to sit down with the manual to get all you can out of this. Having said that, it's got advantages over the iPhone. Things like it works as an HTTP modem, it has push email, etc, etc. I'm aware that I've given you an awful lot of information in that. I promise, second review, more concise, more review-like, and it will be with you in less than 2 days, I promise.